So some of the fake websites that are on Facebook, for instance, what did Facebook just come out with saying they were not going to worry about anymore?
Something isn't true.
I mean,
So
they won't take,
They won't stuff off, but they also block other stuff as well.
they're not, but they, if you report it as fake, they're not going to do anything about it.
Correct.
That's correct.
That's what I thought.
Yeah, they believe
So-
that we should have access to all the information we want, even if it's fake.
That's that's their version of the First Amendment.
Yes.
So that's really bad.
Yeah, well, Mark Zuckerberg.
It's too bad we need them, too bad.
Yeah, we were talking a little bit about burning and, we need to get behind the candidate once we determine the candidate. I can see where it's not gonna be necessarily really fake, but that people who supported other candidates than the candidate that wins, they will be getting messages saying something to the effect that, well, why are you supporting, you choose, that candidate, Bernie got screwed. That's been a message that I've been hearing, is Bernie got screwed by the DNC. Already.
Well,
No, I think you're right.
Yeah.
the
So-
campaign between Warren and Bernie are already starting to.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
I was also going to suggest that anybody that's on Facebook at all on a regular basis, make sure that they join the Lake County Facebook site. That's where Mary Weatherly is constantly posting really wonderful stuff. But the thing that I was warned about all the way back in 2016 by a friend that worked in California in a similar scope said, stop doing these innocent quizzes.
Quizzes.
on
Quizzes.
Facebook.
That's exactly right.
Because when you mention social media, I can't say enough that I still have friends, and I put a warning on my page once a month without fail, please stop doing it. And if I see you doing a test, I'm gonna come in and remind you, and without fail, my friends say back to me, oh, I don't ever pay attention to that kind of stuff, it doesn't bother me, it does. So stop looking to see who your special fairy is, or what you know, in 40 years, or what actress would you resemble. Because
Those quizzes are how they get all
that's how
the
they get
information
your,
about you.
and they get mine, when you do the quiz, they get mine, so stop.
Very good advice.
There's one more in that.
Yeah, one second.
Oh,
I wanna kind of give you an opportunity to close in or close out around about 8 o'clock.
Okay.
Is that okay? So if you have some other questions, maybe 1 or 2, 3 more, and then, I'll let you do your.
Okay, thank you. So I saw a hand here, yes.
Oh, I just have I was never involved in politics. 2016 traumatized me. I am so traumatized now. I shouldn't, but it's like I go to sleep to MSNBC, I wake up in Twitter, so that's why I'm here. I'm trying to figure out what I can do. But this is very overwhelming for me. So as someone who is new to this, is there a good place that we can go to find how to start helping? Because I'm getting a lot of information. I'm like, ooh, there's a Facebook here, and there's this site and that site, and I'm now not sure what to do that can make me the most useful.
I'm gonna say you're in the place, right? And I'm gonna suggest that someone from this group who's done this work before grab you and become your mentor and help you dive right in with both of you and become the.
And where do you live?
Make that
Yes,
happen.
we're on
We're thrilled you're here.
What's your name? Sanford.
So down by the high school, we're down by the high school.
So, just a quick clarifier, this is double our normal size group, so kudos to everybody that came over. So, really what you can do is just get your feet wet, get started little, meet up with a couple gals here, have coffee once in a while, come to the meetings, and we'll do something. Yeah.
That sounds
All right, there was another hand. Someone back there had a hand, maybe not, then I will come up here. Oh, yes.
So I'm not old enough to vote, but I have friends who are on different social medias. How can I talk to them about all this sort of stuff that's coming out on social media? Because a lot of younger people are more vulnerable to the lies and the manipulation because they don't quite understand what's going on and they're not all into politics and such. So how can I spread awareness and such like that.
That's a really good idea. I think that you should be using your Facebook page, to spread the truth, right, to share over and over again, but also maybe encourage your friends to point out, like I saw this, what do you think, like ask the question, and then we connect you with our friend in Lake County to get some training on how to spot the bad stuff, and then you help your friends spot that bad stuff, and you spread it that way, because you're right, the young folks, they spend more time on social media than.
Yeah, and there's like, it's being spread on multiple different apps, so like,
Yeah.
video sharing apps like TikTok and such like that are getting a lot of fake news and such like that, so.
Yeah. No, it's funny, not everybody has somebody they know they can go to ask that question, but if they've got you, let's then empower you to be able to answer those questions. My son sees a lot of it. My son is 17. He's the one who told me what TikTok is. He comes in and he tells me, hey mom, I saw this, and I'm like, oh, that's not right. But he's got me, right? But not everybody does. So let's make sure that we keep empowered. And if you want to connect with our team, we've got a digital director of organizing. Oh, I never get the titles right for this. But anyway, I know that's not it. But her name is Hannah King. Hannah King is amazing. And maybe we can connect you with Hannah, and Hannah can help you figure out how you can help your friends and folks get all connected. So let's make sure we get all your information.
And the flip side of that is finding legit information and getting that out.
Showing
Showing
stuff.
it's legit.
Exactly.
And also, I will say, help us to help you. So make sure you know in your right here in your backyard, we have all of us old people who can also give you and let you become empowered. I know you guys are my daughter talking about meetings and things like that. That is not your forte. Let us know what it is, and trust me, we will more than willing, the Progressive Democratic Party will more than be willing to do what it needs to do in order to empower your group and to help you grow.
Now, we know Trump lies constantly, and we know that he came up with this, when he was running in 2016, he had this big old list of things that he was going to do. Now, I don't feel like doing all the research is there anywhere that I can find within the Democratic Party the things that he listed that he was gonna do and the things that he didn't? I want the catalog that I can say, okay, he was gonna bring on these companies to get a job, and he didn't do that. So I want the party to back that up.
Right, we do have Christian Slater, has created a list of broken promises, right, which is what he gives to me every time I go to talk to a reporter, and broken promises. So we definitely have that, we should figure out what the best way to get it to you is. Like Christian Slater, has, he knows all.
Like,
Like, yeah, exactly, just like that.
The first time she smiled was she wanted that live for him. It made you smile, so you talking.
What else? Yes.
I just wondered if you could say a couple words about voters, not politicians, because they are nonpartisan.
Yes.
We are partisan.
Yes.
And what do you see happening, this is after the election, whoever wins what is gonna go forward initially.
Yeah. No, I have to say, first of all, I am so impressed with voters, not politicians, because, how many times groups that were better funded and supposedly better organized tried to do something like ballot initiative, and these folks came along and made it look like cake, right? Like an amazing group of folks who work hard. And they are now working with a group of legislators, I don't know if you know about term limits, right? They want to expand term limits, which I agree with, because as much as I wanted term limits when they came into place, what I recognize now is that when you put term limits in place like that, you let the lobbyists run the legislature, right? And so we need folks who are in the legislature long enough to get to know each other and work with each other, and also to get to know the place in the system that works. So that's what I understand the vote about politicians team for. They were amazing during the election. Where they could, they folded right in, they sent volunteers to the coordinated campaign to knock doors and make phone calls, and I expect that they will continue to do that work locally all over the state. They have an amazing group of folks who are willing to work hard. As do so many organizations. I think this is the magic that 2016 created for us. As bad as it was, what happened to us, we have all of these new organizations around the state who are working hard to to organize voters. Everybody can find something that works for them, a group of folks that look like them, feel like them, think like them, to work with, to get all of us pushing toward basically the same goal, which is to elect good progressive Democrats here in town. So I'm excited that they're still gonna be around and hoping that they will continue to work hard on the grassroots level. I'm gonna keep answering until you stop me. Yes.
You know, this absentee thing is a phenomenon, and I've been texting my friends in Lansing, and I thought it was 70% absentee or higher in the primary. It was 66 in the general for sure. I just got that. I mean, this is changing the shape of every election in a dramatic way, so I think everybody needs to be mindful of that.
Because we also have to think about, it also changes the way we campaign.
That's what
We have to tell all of our candidates, right?
That's exactly what I'm talking about, because what happens after the last 2 weeks and all that sort of thing, and blitzing out attack pieces, those kind of things, that's awful. Yeah.
That's exactly right. The moment those ballots are available, you should be on the phone, in the mail, on the doors. I will come in now, people have started voting. Okay. Most of the people may actually. Yes.
Yes, we haven't really talked much about the presidential primary that's coming up on the 10th. And one of the things that concerns me is that have any of the national candidates talked about coming to West Michigan? Because I think it's really important that the women in West Michigan are the vanguard. They're on the move. They're, you know, we have Rosalind Bliss in Grand Rapids. We have people in Holland. We have people emerging like crazy. I reached out to Amy Klobuchar's campaign because there's a Hispanic woman running for judge there, and we've had great success with a commissionwoman, Melinda Gisassi. So there's a movement of people that need to connect with each other, that they're standing up for themselves. And the women deserve so much credit in this West Michigan community. And it should be incumbent on these presidential candidates to show up for us, to put us on the map and make some news.
That's right, that's right.
And that's been the message to all of them. It is a struggle to get that message through, because I think that they look at the map, they've got folks working in their campaigns who have some old school ideas about Michigan, right? Some of them are surprised when I tell them that we are not all urban, right? That we're not, right? Because everybody thinks Michigan's Detroit, right? And so a lot of them, it's a lot of education that I have been doing and that I will continue to do. All of them look at me and say, yes, Madam Chair, we understand we need to come to your whole state. They haven't done it yet, right? You haven't seen them, right? So all I can do is keep pushing. It's so important to me that they get everywhere because it will change the face of the election. The excitement and the volume of folks who will volunteer, who will step up to be part of this process, will increase exponentially if the candidates actually show up here and have conversations with the voters. Also, the thing I keep telling them is that if you keep having conversations with the same